moving, to help make sure that some funding came here to make this thing happen. His ability to do that and not poke his chest all out and like, look what I've done. Move on to the next thing and doing more and more and more and more to make this institution thrive is what we're so grateful for. Without further ado, our Senator, Senator Jack Hart, come forward.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. How about our great friend Keith Motley? Isn't he an extraordinary? I tell you, and I thank the family of Keith Motley for giving us the gift of Keith, because I have never seen, frankly, anybody like this guy as a leader of this institution, as the chancellor of this college, who not only has mastered the administrative side of it, but he is so engaging around the students that he is literally and figuratively the big man on campus around here. He is. So he's an extraordinary, and I mean this, he's an extraordinary figure that will bring this university into the future. And I am just so proud to know him as an administrator here, but also as a friend that I've come to know as well. So thank you very much to Keith Motley for the extraordinary work that you do. I also wanted to say thank you to the president of Harvard, Drew Faust, for coming here on the Red Line. I went to Tufts University, which is a stop on the Red Line as well, actually. Although when I was there at Tufts, the Red Line hadn't extended up to Davis Square yet. So thank you for your extraordinary words and for the work that you do. Actually, President Faust coming here to Umass Boston, where I come from, we would call that social climbing. From Cambridge all the way over here to Dorchester and South Boston. So anyway, let me just mention a few words about how I came to be a part of this extraordinary facility. And I have to mention the former Chancellor, Michael Collins, who I know is here somewhere. Where's Michael Collins? Stand up for a second, Chancellor Collins. We had, during the last recession, which we never seem to have emerged from, frankly, these days, but we were doing in the state what was somewhat of a novel idea back in those days, and it was an economic stimulus package. You hear all the talk about economic stimulus now in Washington, but we were doing an economic stimulus package in Massachusetts to try to, in a difficult period of economic time, to jumpstart the economy throughout the Commonwealth and all the regions of the Commonwealth. And I had on my doorstep, as the chair of the Committee on Economic Development and one of the authors of the bill, I had on my doorstep people from UMass Dartmouth, people from the President's office, people from UMass Lowell, and people from UMass Amherst as well. And I ended up calling Chancellor Collins, and what I said to him was essentially this. We have Lowell, we have Dartmouth, we have Amherst. Just, you know, if you remember when the Red Sox won in the year 2004, they wore T-shirts under their uniforms. And the T-shirts read, "Why not us?" So I called Chancellor Collins and I said, why not us? Why not us here at the University of Massachusetts at Boston? Let's develop a proposal. And I think I called you, Chancellor, and I said, you need to put a proposal together that I can sell to the members of the Senate, and you need to do it in about 20 minutes or so. Can you do that for me? He talked to John Ciccarelli and so many others here. I know that Keith was intimately involved, as was Jack Wilson, and he submitted a proposal to me for $5 million that described where we are standing here and sitting here today. So that's how this whole this venture development center was conceived. We had an opportunity to convince the members of the legislature that this was something that was critical, not just for the university system, but for the regional economy as well. And I have been just so proud in being a part of this thing that it's one of the most rewarding things that I've had the opportunity to do as a state senator. So This is a day, and I firmly believe this, that we will remember for a long, long time, for the immeasurable value that the Venture Development Center will bring to this great university, for the inspiring, and as the chair of the Committee on Economic Development, as the chair of the Biotech Caucus, previous chair of the Biotech Caucus up in the Senate, I've had the opportunity to understand and to become immersed in, and to really start to appreciate all the things that are going on in the life sciences. Because of the job opportunities, but most importantly because of the ability to affect mankind. It's really inspiring. So for that research, but most importantly, because this is an institution of higher ed, most importantly, for the unlimited opportunities that our students will discover through their tenure here, throughout their tenure here, and in their later pursuit of successful careers upon graduation in biotech, in the life sciences, all as a result of this great facility here and the great work that will be done in the future. So I can't tell you, this is one of the best moments that I've spent, and I've been in office now for 12 years. This is one of the best things that I've been a part of, and I wish you success. Congratulations to Keith, to Jack, to Mike, to the mayor, to all the people that are, and John Ciccarelli, to all the people that have played a role here, because the impact on people's lives in the future is something that we'll never be able to measure. Thank you all very much, and I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jack. And before I introduce our final speaker of the morning, and before I bring forward John Ciccarelli after that to sort of give directions for the rest of our time together, I just want to say thank you to all of the staff here who put this together. You know, it's a wonderful thing to be a research university with a teaching soul, but what I'm really more happy about every day when I walk around this campus is this ethic of care, of pride, of passion for education that I see that makes it so easy just to want to come to work every day, running to the next thing, to talk about all the wonderful things that are happening on this campus. And to all of my colleagues here who made this possible today, including making sure that your boy has a Charlie pass now from the president to get on the red line. Thank you for that. Oh, parking passes now, that's a problem. I can't get one of those. I also want to introduce to you someone in the audience who is both a supplier for research for Harvard, for us, for this Commonwealth. The CEO of WestNet Corporation is Gordon Thompson. Could you stand up so folks can see you, Mr. Thompson? But here's a young man who I wanted to meet. I've been hearing about him the last few weeks, and I'm so glad he came up from Philadelphia to be with us today. Willie Taylor, who's Regional Director of the United States Economic Development Administration. Now, the economic development funding support from Washington was a key piece of this, and I didn't want you to forget, or I didn't want to forget to tell you that personally, and I didn't want you to walk out of here without us reminding you how important that was. In fact, since we're on film, Senator Kennedy, Senator Kerry, Congressman Lynch, Capuano, and all those I saw Tuesday in Washington, thank you. I know you wanted to be here, but your help made a difference and you made it matter, so thank you all so much for what you've done. Thank you, Willie. Please step up to the podium. Thank you, man.
Well, it's kind of hard to follow in my line of work. I'm always following such great leaders, if you will, from Harvard to the chancellors, to the mayors, to the state senators and all, and it's truly a privilege to be here. First of all, I want to say I would bring greetings from Washington, D.C., from President Barack Obama, as well as Secretary of Commerce, Mr. Gary Locke. So unfortunately, they have other duties, and they say, Willie, you go handle this for us. So I gladly stood in for them. Also, I want to say, Chancellor Motley, there's been a gentleman on your staff that's been very capable and able in helping us get acclimated with the university, as well as a lot of other things that you all do and invest in. And I want to recognize Mr. William Braw. He's been very, very helpful. And that, and that